Dragon's Den is a podcast/video experience. The comments made on the show are that of the commenter and not of TMS or its admins. Enjoy the show. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changing. What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of The Dragon's Den. Episode 1 of YouTube. Woo! Alright, guys. For all of y'all that don't know how this goes, we are the Marauders Society's, TMS's YouTube channel. I'm your Dragon Master Brian, and I'm the host of our show, The Dragon's Den, and I will go ahead and basically introduce you to all of our presenters, and they will give amazing segments that fits TMS standards and Harry Potter related. And other fandom related. Alright, guys, without further ado, let's kick it in to Tanya with Magical Places. Take it away, Tanya.
Surfing on a sound wave, swinging through the stars, take a left.
Hi Marauders! Hope you had a great holiday break and missed our show as much as we did. I want to thank Gretchen for doing the research again, and welcome to Magical Places. Today we're looking at the British Ministry of Magic. This is the organization which is the main body that oversees the magical community of Britain. The headquarters are located in Whitehall in London, deep underground. There is a visitor's entrance in a broken down red telephone box. The number 62442, representing the word magic, needs to be dialed in order to gain access. Once access is approved, the phone box drops down like a lift and the visitor will find themselves in the atrium. The atrium is on level 8 of the headquarters and has fireplaces on each side of the walls. The left-hand side fireplaces are for witches and wizards to arrive to the headquarters, and the right-hand side fireplaces were for them to leave from the headquarters. Also in the atrium is Fountain of Magical Brethren, golden statues of a wizard, a witch, a centaur, a goblin, and a house elf. There are many levels in the Ministry of Magic, and they are as follows. Level 1. Offices of the Office of the Minister of Magic and support staff. Level 2. Department of Magical Law Enforcement, including the improper use of Magic Office, Auror Headquarters, and Wizengamot Administration Services. Level 3. Department of Magical Accidents and Catastrophes, including the Accidental Magic Reversal Squad, Obliviator Headquarters, and Muggleworthy Excuse Committee. Level 4. Department for the Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures. Level 5. Department of International Magical Cooperation, including the International Magical Trading Standards Body, the International Magical Office of Law, and the International Confederation of Wizards, British seats. Level 6. Department of Magical Transportation, including the Flu Network Authority, Room Regulatory Control, Portkey Office, and Operation Test Center. Level 7. Department of Magical Games and Sports, including the British and Irish Quidditch League headquarters, Official Gobstones Club, and Ludicrous Patents Office. Level 8. The Atrium. Level 9. The Department of Mysteries. And Level 10. The Courtrooms. I want to thank you for listening, and back to you, Ryan.
Trivia question number 1. What is Ron's middle name?
Hello Marauders, guys, and welcome back to Creature Corner. So happy to see you all after the new year. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to talk a little bit about a creature called a demiguise. So a demiguise is a peaceful magical beast that can tell the nearby future and make itself invisible, which the combination of these traits makes it very hard to catch. Only wizards and witches that are trained in their capture can see them. They come from the east of Asia, a region that includes Japan, Korea, and China. They are classified as a XXXX beast, so that's 4X beast. However, it's not because they're dangerous, it's because special knowledge is required to capture them. Newt Scamander does say that when provoked, they can bite. A demiguise is a beast that looks like a combination between a sloth and an ape. They have large black eyes, and their eyes will turn blue when they're predicting the future. Their hair is long and silky and is silver in color, and their pelt is a highly sought-after thing because it can be used to make invisibility cloaks, which, although eventually they do become opaque and they lose their invisibility effects. Phineas Fletcher smuggled a demiguise to North America before the year 1620. It escaped and bred with a ghoul. The result was that of a beast that we now know as a hide-behind. This is a beast that preys upon humanoid creatures and can shapeshift, which means that it can hide behind anything. In 1926, Newt Scamander also brought a demiguise over to North America, New York to be exact, and it also escaped. The demiguise escaped Newt's suitcase and was hiding in the Ginsburg department store. There, it was taking care of another escaped beast from Newt, an Occamy. Narlac tells Newt when they're in his bar that something invisible's been wreaking havoc around Fifth Avenue. When Newt, Tina, Queenie, and Jacob check it out, they find the demiguise and the Occamy, and they are able to capture them again. Thanks again for joining me, and Ryan, back to you.
Trivia question number 2. What type of dragon is Norbert, later to be revealed as Norberta?
Hey everybody, it's your Puff Prefix Stacy here with another magical recipe from my kitchen. Today, I decided to make pumpkin pasties. Okay, that word I've been practicing saying for the last hour. I want to make sure I get it right. Pasties. Now, from my research about pumpkin pasties, because I did that, I learned that pasties are also meat pies, and this pumpkin pasty can actually be either savory or sweet. And whenever I think of pumpkin pasties, I'm thinking pumpkin pie, right? And I'm thinking sweet. So I decided to make the sweet one. There are savory recipes out there I'm sure you could try. They might be delicious, but I decided to make a sweet one. So today, for my sweet pumpkin pasties, I have my ingredients right here. I've got pie crust, because I'm a mom. Ain't nobody got time to make pie crust from scratch, okay? I'm being real with y'all. All right, I've got pumpkin puree here, sugar, and the good old trusty pumpkin pie spice. And it needed an egg, which obviously I cracked. I don't have it anymore. So I mixed it in my trusty hand mixer here. Then I cut out circles of pie dough right here like this. And then I take a little bit of the filling here, and I'm going to show you. I put it right here in the middle of my pie dough, like so. Folded it over. Now make sure you don't put too much in there, guys, okay? Because the first one I made, way too much, filling everywhere. And then I'm going to do the fancy crimping method to seal it with, there we go, with my fork here. Sealing my pie dough. I'm sure you've seen that. I am not a fancy chef here. I am not on the Food Network, you guys. Okay, and then because the recipe said, and I thought it was cute, take a knife and instead of just little slits, make a little lightning bolt in the top. And then you put it on a pan with some parchment paper in a 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes. Oh, and right before you put it in there, brush it with some egg. A little egg wash on top. 15 to 20 minutes. And then, of course, because what fancy TV chef doesn't already have one made, right, guys? I already have one made right here. Here's my little piece. Isn't it so cute? The lightning bolt is kind of misshapen, but I love it. Now, I'm going to try it, guys. I'm excited because I do like pumpkin pie. So let's see. Oh my god. Okay. It's so flaky. It's like a pumpkin pie, but handheld. You can take it with you at your party. This would be a good party dish to have. Like a little pumpkin pie that you can walk around with. And oh my god, it's so good. Warm. Just took out of the oven not too long ago, so it's still warm. So delicious. If you're going to have a little Harry Potter party, maybe a watching party, you can make your butterbeer, make your pumpkin juice, and I would definitely make these. I'm interested to try the savory version. I'm not going to say it's not good. I don't know. But I like sweet things. This is very, very good. Okay, guys. I will be back next week with another recipe, Harry Potter inspired. If you have something that you want me to try or something that you've tried that you think is delicious, drop it in the comments. Let me know so I can try things that you either want to try or have already tried and you think they're delicious. Let me know, guys. All right. See you next time. Have a good day. Play all the games, Marauders. Get all the points. Come on, Puss. Let's get that cup. Okay. See you later, guys. Bye.
Hi Marauders, and welcome to our new segment, TMS News, where I give you the lowdown on everything TMS related. Don't worry, the House Cup update is still here, which is actually where I'm going to start today. So, as you guys may have noticed, there was a giant upset with our House Cup, as in Ravenclaw won. They finally managed to fly over those lions and secured their victory for December of 2020, really ending that year on a high note. They came in first with a total of 2,445,300 points. Gryffindor was not very far behind. They had 2,184,800 points. Then the Snakes and the Badgers, not really sure where they were, but maybe hibernating? I don't know. In third place, we had Slytherin with 1,495,400 points. And in fourth place were my Puffs with 1,316,925 points. But never fear, it's a brand new year. Hey, that rhymed. And there's still plenty of time for us to all take home a House Cup. Puffs, I don't know if you noticed, we're going to be sending totes out to people. The cup's in the bag. Anyways, so not too long ago, we actually had an admin end of year awards. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the admins that won. So first off, we had most creative admin, and that award went to Liam. He is a wonderful Puff representative. Most reliable admin went to Rashawn, and it's absolutely true. She is amazing. Most improved to Erin MB. She just, oh my god, you guys don't even know. She's the best. And best in leadership was our junior assistant to the Minister of Magic, Michaela, dear and near to my heart. Our founder Dutchie also had 4 Founders Choice Awards to give out, one for each house. For Slytherin, that award went to Damien. You know, you've seen him here on the Dragon's Den. He's got the brows. For Ravenclaw, it went to Tanya, our wonderful Dutch friend. She's awesome. For Gryffindor, it went to Makey, which, why wouldn't it? Duh, of course it did. And for Hufflepuff, it went to Kate Lowy, and we're so happy and excited for her. And the big award of the evening was Admin of the Year, which also went to Michaela because she is a superstar and is just the best. I don't know. That's all I can say about that. I also wanted to give you guys a little bit of HP news, some Harry Potter news, kind of like a what happened on this day. So I found 2 events that would be coming up in the next 2 weeks before we record our next segments. And January 11th of 2007, J.K. Rowling finished the series, which we all love. It's why we're part of TMS. It's why we do what we do. And also on January 14th of 1996, Educational Decree number 26 stated that teachers could not give students any information that did not pertain to the subject for which they were hired to teach, because umbrage sucks. Anyways, Marauders, that's all I have for you today. Keep being awesome. Be on the lookout for your news. I'll be back in 2 weeks to give you another update on our house, on our admins, on what Harry Potter history, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Harry Potter, the boy who lived, come to die.
People have always been asked the question, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? People normally say things like super strength, super speed, flight, telekinesis, telepathy. But what about invisibility? What about the ability to walk around unseen? Being able to sneak in wherever you want, sneak up on whoever you want. Sounds great, right? What if there's a bit of clothing, maybe a cloak, that can make that happen? Happy New Year, Marauders. I'm Slytherin Head Boy Damien, and welcome back to Magical Artifacts. This week we're going to talk about invisibility cloaks, and possibly one in particular. Now, let me grab my notes here. Invisibility cloaks, been around since, they've existed since the 13th century, but they've been available to everyone since the 20th century. That's the 1900s. Kind of weird how we count those. They can be made two ways. One is by weaving them from the hair of a demiguise, or by enchanting an ordinary cloak with a very powerful disillusionment charm or a bedazzling hex. Now, with it still being an ordinary cloak, it's still being, it still has the odds of wearing down. The charms could wear off over time. With it being a cloak, it's still susceptible to charms and hexes and possibly getting worn down and even getting destroyed. All except for one. The Cloak of Invisibility. Y'all know where I'm going with this one. The Cloak of Invisibility. The one hollow I haven't spoke of yet. Let's talk some history here. We know the stories of the three brothers. They cheated death, so death gave them all a reward. Oldest brother wanted the unbeatable wand, or wanted to never be beaten, so he got the Elder Wand. The middle brother wanted to see his departed loved ones, so he got the Resurrection Stone. Well, the youngest brother, Ignotus. I'm going to butcher that name throughout the segment. I'm sorry. Didn't trust death. He wanted a way to be unseen from even death. Everyone, including death. Death reached over, tore off a bit of his own cloak, and crafted it into what is now known as the Cloak of Invisibility. Now, the Cloak of Invisibility is the only invisibility cloak known to never fade with age, and provides everlasting protection to its wearer. Fun fact, it's the only hollow that's been successfully passed down through family, through the Peverell line. I say, I kind of put emphasis on Peverell line, you'll hear why in a minute. Now, Ignotus used the cloak to hide from everybody, including death, and wound up living a peaceful, I think he lived a peaceful life. He didn't go through heartbreak like the middle brother. He didn't go through a lot of battle and killed in his sleep like the older brother. He wound up, as he passed away, he greeted death like an old friend. Now, he, like I said, passed it down through the line. So he passed it to his eldest son. However, his eldest son never had any male heirs, so his eldest son wound up passing it down to his eldest daughter. I'm so going to butcher this name. I apologize. I am bad with this. I want to say Eolanth. I-O-L-A-N-T-H-E. Let's say Eolanth. Now, Eolanth wound up marrying Hardwind Potter. Sound familiar? And that's how the cloak got into the Potter family, which has, once again, been passed down generation to generation to generation. Now, the cloak wound up sometime in the 20th century being passed into the hands of Henry Potter, father of Fleamont, who, upon his passing, wound up passing it down to Fleamont, and from Fleamont it made it down to James. We all know James with the Marauders prongs. He wound up using it in his mischief at Hogwarts with his pranks and everything like that. When the threat of Voldemort came through, he brought the cloak to Dumbledore, noticing that it never faded. It's been passed down through the family. Excuse me. Dumbledore, realizing it's one of the three Hollows, wanted to study it and borrowed it from James. And as James passed, it wound up in Dumbledore's possession, who wound up, as we know, gifting it to Harry in the first book. And then Harry would use it throughout his time at Hogwarts. Now, here's my question. You got a little bit of history out of me this time. So, here's my end of the segment question, like normal. If you had an invisibility cloak, how would you use it? Would you use it for pranks? Would you use it to sneak around people? Or would you just use it to get around to where people don't want to talk to you? Or you just don't want to be bothered by people? Personally, I think the idea of pranking people is kind of fun. Also, getting to a quiet place, maybe having a book to read, maybe, I don't know. Sounds good to me. Like I said, how would you use an invisibility cloak? That's all the time I got for y'all this week. See you next time on Magical Artifacts.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Fan Theories. I want to thank Kelsey for doing the research. The fan theory we are looking at this week is the theory that Ariana Dumbledore was an Obscurial. This theory gained traction when the first Fantastic Beasts film came out and fans learned about the young wizard Credence, who was labeled as an Obscurial. An Obscurial is a witch or a wizard whom, through psychological or physical abuse, is forced to suppress their magical abilities, which then build up inside of them, creating an Obscurus. The Obscurus is a magical, unstable and uncontrollable dark force that can burst out at any time, causing damage and death to the host, the Obscurial, and to those around them. The theory revolves around an event in her childhood, her mother's death, and the way that her brothers, mainly Aberforth, described her. We know that when she was 6 years old, some Muggle kids saw her doing magic and confronted her about it. As a child with no control over her magic, she was unable to show them the trick, and they attacked her. This traumatic event caused Ariana to internalize her magic and not practice her abilities, fearing what would happen if she did. Mad at what happened to his daughter, her father attacked the boys who hurt her and was sent to Azkaban for it. But he never told anyone why he did it. This would make sense if Ariana was an Obscurial and they wanted to protect her to keep her safe, as the Ministry would have taken her away since Obscurials were seen as a danger to the public because of their uncontrollable magic. As her brother Aberforth described it, she could never get rid of her magic completely. It drove her mad, and at times her magic would explode out of her in a strange and dangerous way. But most of the time, she was a sweet and harmless girl. When Ariana was 14, she had one of her rages, something Aberforth could usually ease, and an explosion occurred at the home, killing their mother. The idea of the magic being internalized, driving her mad, and bursting out at random times, especially when she was emotional, matches the description that Fantastic Beasts provides of an Obscurial, and what we see with Credence during the film. One final thing that comes up and supports this theory, is that it would explain Grindelwald's obsession with finding an Obscurial during Fantastic Beasts. He and Albus got close the summer after the explosion in the Dumbledore home that killed their mother, and so he would have been familiar with Ariana and her condition. It would make more sense for Grindelwald to search out another Obscurial for their magical abilities if he was already familiar with them and saw firsthand what they could do. This holds up especially since it was believed that no Obscurials had existed in the last 200 years, as Ariana was never documented. Why would he seek out something so rare unless he knew that they existed? There is even more to this Ariana Obscurial fan theory and how it connects to the Fantastic Beasts franchise. However, you will have to wait until the next show for part 2.
Hey everybody, it is time, once again, for the Dragon's Den raffle, where all the dragons get their name put into the now famous Lucky Ravenclaw raffle hat. I get licked a lot, and whichever dragon's name gets picked out of the hat gets 500 points for their house. You get nothing, go away. So, I need to warn you, usually the names are colour-coded in nice big felt tip pens, but accidentally over Christmas I gave my house elf a shoe. So he's gone, because there's no loyalty these days. And I don't know what he did with the pens before he left. So, but they'll be back next time. Nice and colour-coded. Ready? Yeah? The way you shake it, I can't believe it. I never seen a hat like that. And we need to stop there with that song. So, our winner is Liam. Liam gets 500 points for the Uffly Puffs. Are you pleased? Yeah? Happy? Big cheesy grin? Oh, look at my teeth, I'm so happy. So, yeah, congratulations, Liam. He might seem like an idiot, but he's not as dumb as he makes out. When he was a puppy, we were training him to go toilet on the newspaper indoors. And he used to get a treat when he went toilet on the newspaper. So what he started doing was going to the newspaper, doing his wee, coming and getting a treat, and then going back to the newspaper to finish his wee so he could come and get another treat. Because he's a little piggy wig. Yes, he is.
Alright guys, thanks for joining us here at the Dragon's Den. Don't forget to go ahead and check us out on Facebook, on the Marauders Society, TMS. Go ahead and don't be afraid to join, play the games, hashtag your house. If you don't have your house, go to pottermore.com and it'll go ahead and help you figure out which house you belong to. Alright guys, as always, we're a bi-weekly show, so every 2 weeks, come check us out here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, smash it, and we'll see you next time.